From Ozarks First, you're watching Color 10 News at 10.
You know, from working in an office every day to working from home, suit pants and blazers might not be making it out of your closet quite as much these days, and local dry cleaners sure are noticing. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Jesse Inman. Up first tonight, our David Chasnob spoke with two dry cleaners in the Ozarks that are certainly feeling that impact. David, good evening.
Good evening, Jesse. When COVID-19 hit the Ozarks, dry cleaners saw fewer customers almost immediately. Now, this is a situation that forced the industry to get creative. It's a sound laundromat owner Lisa Putnam didn't think she would hear anytime soon, after a fire destroyed her building in 2018.
We were shut down for a year.
Nixa Dry Cleaners and Laundry reopened just months before another tragedy.
You learn that you've just got to fight your way through it. You've got to do the best that you can. You've got to sometimes rely on other people.
But that didn't work.
I'm sorry.
When Christian County had its first COVID-19 case last March.
We noticed a huge decline, people staying home, not working, out as much. They didn't have as much dry cleaning. Everybody went through a really scary period. You didn't know what was going to happen. Nobody had ever really experienced anything like that before. We would up-talk each other all the time.
Putnam had to lay off some of her employees, but she eventually brought them back thanks to a loan through the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, she had to think of ways to get more people inside.
We started offering curbside delivery services. We do bundle services for people, which is a wash, dry, and fold of their laundry. Things are doing better, yes. I mean, it's took a lot of work to get there.
How's it going, man?
At Family Dry Cleaners in Republic,
Doing pickups today?
manager Austin Husk introduced an express service.
I can give you one of our bags and you write your name on the tag, so it minimizes the amount of time that we spend in the store. Actually, you on your side and I'm on my side, but $31.80. That helps in that regard, yeah.
So it's being considered an essential business.
You can't get anywhere without a sanitation station. That's basically what we are, so we have also gotten more business as well, yeah.
Almost a year into the COVID-19 pandemic, Putnam and Husk say they've learned an important lesson.
You've got to have faith and just keep going the best that you can.
Be prepared and ready for anything is what I would say to everybody out there. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good evening.
See you later.
The Dry Cleaning and Laundry Institute believes 30% of dry cleaners could be forced to shut down over the next 18 months. Putnam says she tries to focus on how she's doing instead of looking into national predictions. And she says it's all she can handle.
Can only control what you can control, David. Thanks for that story tonight. We've got the latest on the Delivering the Dose coverage here in the Ozarks today. Mercy Hospital held the first of its planned weekly vaccination clinics, administering more than 650 vaccinations around the state.
1, 2, 3.
Shots were given out at Mercy facilities in Branson, Bolivar, Mountain Grove, and Rolla. You can still sign up to receive a vaccine at one of these Mercy clinics, though it may be several months before your turn arrives, as there's still limited eligibility. Operations Manager Kyle David says the hospital is at the mercy of the state when it comes to available doses.
Next week, we're wanting to triple our patient load and get as many through here as possible. So we ask our patients to be patient with us, but we will get you in as quickly as possible.
Mercy plans to hold these vaccination clinics every Saturday and hopes to add the Aurora and Cassville areas next weekend, but of course, all depends on the state's vaccine supply. Well, Christian County is one of the fastest growing in the state, and because of that, the assessor's office is just running out of space. This week, I caught up with the assessor there, Danny Gray, about the unique way the county is making more room, and it requires moving a small piece of history out of the way.
We probably put on about as many houses as any county in the state of Missouri. As far as single-family homes, we have great school systems in Christian County and people want to live here.
In his 7th year as Christian County assessor, Danny Gray says he doesn't see that growth slowing down anytime soon, but that growth will create needs in his office.
We do have some space issues. As the county grows, we need more employees, or we're needing to ramp those employees up. Currently, we have about 14, and we're looking at over the course of the next 5 to 10 years, we're looking at probably another 10,000 parcels in Christian County.
He says it's a tight fit for current employees, but the office also has to have space for records.
We have to keep permanent record cards on all people, and inevitably we have sketches and we have photos and all that's in there. The state still requires us to have hard copies of all of that.
There are even employees crammed into the records room, but there's a solution that could provide more space just down the hall.
Currently, we have nowhere else to go, so that area is the only area left on this floor to be able to go.
That area once had a much different use.
We have an adjacent office that is actually not being used. It's just being used for storage right now, and that is the old jail cells.
Those 3 cells haven't been used in about 20 years. The current jail was opened in 2002 after a late 90s lawsuit was filed against the county for poor jail conditions. Gray says it will be nice to replace something that is such an eyesore with something that will better the county.
It's pretty depressing over there. I'm not sure it's a pleasant piece of history. I look at it that it's probably going to be something really nice that's going to be built in its place that's actually functional and usable.
And Gray says the construction on removing those cells should begin in the next 30 days. We've got some more local news for you tonight. The Discovery Center of Springfield is hosting its 5th annual Night at the Museum fundraiser tonight. The group says that even though the pandemic is keeping it from serving food, the event will still be a lot of fun with fire, drones, virtual reality, and even Harry Potter coding wands. All that good stuff available tonight. Rob Blevins is the executive director of the Discovery Center, and he says the money raised this evening will help the center share its vital education opportunities with every kid.
Funding like this event, the sponsors, the people that contribute to the Discovery Center, they are truly changing the trajectory of a child. Not every family can afford to come here, and so we want to make sure that those children and those adults and those families can come and get to build those memorable experiences too.
The center closed early today for the event, but will resume normal hours tomorrow morning. Also making news tonight, radio and television host Larry King passed away today. King's company said he died at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. He was first reported to be there hospitalized in early January after contracting COVID-19 and moved out of the intensive care unit 2 days later. No cause of death has been officially given out at this hour. King interviewed more than 30,000 people on his CNN show Larry King Live. His first job in radio was actually cleaning up a station in Miami Beach, and when one of the announcers abruptly quit, well, King was put on the air. Over the course of his career, King won 2 Peabody Awards for excellence, 1 in radio and 1 in television, as well as 10 Cable Ace Awards in 2011. He received an Emmy for a Lifetime of Achievement, and King has said several times he wants to be cryogenically preserved after his death.
We just wanted to step in and help them in that effort. It's a community thing, and the more each of us jump in to step in, the more we're benefited together as a community.
One church is lending a hand to a local food pantry. We'll tell you just how many thousands of pounds of food arrived in the Ozarks today. That's up next.
You're watching Color 10 News at 10, Ozarks First, with Jesse Inman.